So.
Madeline, who will be your host for the show today. And our horse, his name is Sam. Now, we'll have a few activities for you during the show. Some things you might like to try. You might like to have a go at cracking the whip. And towards the end of the show, you'll have a chance to milk the cow. By hand, of course. And a bit later on, I will show you how we shear. But before we can do that, we need to move sheep that is called mustering. And we do this with special sheepdogs, especially bred for working sheep. And the dogs that we use are Australian Kelpies. This is one of our dogs. This is Arthur. Australian Kelpies like Arthur have been bred to work sheep for nearly 200 years. Now it's bred into the dogs. It's instinctive in them. Arthur here is 9 years old, so if he was a person, he'd be around 63 years old. Now I'm going to take Arthur out to show you how the mustering works. And I'll get him to bring the sheep into the shed, right into this pen here. Move away from the dog, move the sheep through the way. Now ready? Go back.
Tío. Vente,
Go next. Now the old boy, his name is Trev, and the young one's name is Pete. And the boys are because we brew the tea in a billy. This metal can here is a billy, so it doesn't matter what type, doesn't matter what's a cup of tea, you'll add water directly into the fire. When the water starts to boil, he throws in a handful of tea and swings the billy. Swinging the billy. So we can take a clean cup of tea very quickly. And that's a good reason for the billy's full of water. Now you can see how easy it is to swing the billy. I'm going to see if one of our visitors will come and have a go at swinging the billy. How about you, sir? Come and have a go at this. Welcome. I'll show you one more time. Hold your arm straight. Go forward 2 or 3 times. Very good, sir. Well done. Let's give him a round of applause. And share it out here. But whenever we move sheep, we move. As I said, this is Albert. Okay, Albert, you ready? Go round. Good boy. Now we always sign our dogs off the pack. So good boy, Albert. Over you go. Now this piece of equipment here is what we use to shear the sheep. This is called the shearing farm. I've switched on the electric motor, and this provides power to do the shearing. When I pull it into gear, it drives a flexible shaft inside this tube to the bottom to the tool that shears the sheep, which is called a handpiece. Now the handpiece has 2 blades on it. A fixed blade called a comb goes through the wool, and a small blade on the top, which cuts the wool off. This one's called the cutter, and it moves, as you will see, very fast, very noisy, very sharp, and very dangerous. Now this is the modern way of shearing sheep. This is the easy way. But it wasn't always that easy. A long time ago, all the sheep in Australia had to be shorn by hand. And these were the tools that we used. It was about 100 years ago when these were used. And at that time there were 70 million sheep in Australia that all had to be shorn every year with shears. In those days they would work for 10 hours a day and possibly shear 70 to 80 sheep. Today they shear twice that many, 150 to 200 sheep a day. So it's much easier today. Things a bit easier. Now this was invented by a shearer who had a bad back. He couldn't shear sheep anymore. How do you think he got a bad back? Shearing sheep. So what do you think we're going to do with this? Put the sheep in it to make it easier to shear? No, this isn't for the sheep. The shearer gets in. When he goes into the shearing position, you see the springs up there. They're supporting about half my weight. And that takes a lot of strain off my back. Now I'm going to get one of these sheep out to show you how we shear it, and I'll hand you over to Madeline, who will explain what's going on during the shearing.
Has caught the sheep. The first thing he will do is quickly flip the sheep up. Control over the sheep. The shearer will start by removing the belly wool. Once the belly wool has been removed, it is kept separate from the rest of the wool. This is because it needs a different kind of process. It's up a lot of rubbish on the ground, 4 or 5 working together, and we call them team shearers. The neck is the most difficult part of the sheep showing. In Australia, we shear mainly merino sheep, which is the breed of sheep, 150 and 200 sheep.
Now in the wool of the sheep there is a natural grease called lanolin. Lanolin is very good for your skin. You've probably all heard of it. A lot of skincare products and ladies' cosmetics are made out of lanolin. It is also very good for the sheep itself. Immediately after the sheep is shorn, it produces a large amount of lanolin, which covers its own body in grease. This protects the sheep from the weather, keeping it there after shearing any time of the year. Now she's all tidied up for another year. And we're left here with the pile of wool. Fleece, and throw it onto the rack by throwing the fleece onto the floor here. All the wool off in one big piece, join it together like a big rug. This is very important. The roundabout throws out the fleece, all of the short wool. So we start at the back legs here and work the value of the fleece. And these pieces are called pieces. And the main one today is, where would you think? China, of course. Now the bellies and the pieces get made into things like woolly socks, jumpers and blankets for the bed. And all these bits that are left here are called blocks, which get mixed together and made into a material called felt. Felt material can be made into many different things, and this is just one example here, made from beautiful Australian merino felt wool. Now when the stockman is out mustering sheep, he uses the Australian soft whip. When we crack the whip, it makes a loud bang, which gets them This is how we crack the whip. It's a simple change of direction. Now when we crack the whip, we are riding on the horse, and we have to be very careful not to hit the horse. And there are two methods that we use to make sure that we don't. The first one is over the horse, like this, around and back. And alongside the horse like this, up and down. Now this time there will be no sound, but if you watch carefully, you'll be able to see what happens to make the whip crack. When we change directions, it creates a loop in the whip, which travels out to the end of the whip like a wave. When it gets to the end piece here, the cracker, it flicks it over faster than the speed of sound. So the cracker actually breaks the sound barrier. So there's a sonic boom that you hear. Now who would like to come out and try this? Just the adults this one, sorry kids. This is one of them. We trap the milk between the thumb and the forefinger and squeeze. Trap and squeeze. Remember to trap first. If you squeeze first, you'll squeeze the milk up. And we want the milk to come down. This is the day in the park.